Hail there, warriors of Midgard and beyond! You've sharpened your axes and filled your horns, and now you've found yourself in the halls of the Valhalla Experience. Today's saga is a wild one, for we speak not of kings or gods, but of the beasts that prowl the 9 realms. I'm talking about Fenrir, the wolf so mighty he'll swallow the All-Father himself. Jörmungandr, the serpent that strangles the world. Sleipnir, Odin's 8-legged horse. Yeah, you heard that right. 8 legs. Don't ask me how that works. And countless other creatures that shape the fate of gods and men. So strap in, shield brothers and shield maidens, because this is going to be one ferocious ride through the monsters and marvels of Norse myth. Welcome, shield brothers and saga seekers. Today we're diving into the wild bestiary of Norse myth, exploring creatures that embody chaos, destiny, and raw power. We're talking about legends like Fenrir, Jörmungandr, Sleipnir, Huginn Muninn, Níðhöggr, and even that cheeky little Ratatoskr.
I'm stoked for this. So let's kick things off with one of the most infamous beasts. Fenrir, the monstrous wolf, right?
Oh, absolutely. Fenrir, born of Loki and raised in the halls of the gods, it's like a living symbol of fear and unstoppable chaos. He's bound by glittering chains of fate, yet destined to break free at Ragnarok and cause, well, total pandemonium.
Right, and when he breaks free, he devours Odin himself before meeting his end at Vidar's hands. That's some epic destiny, isn't it?
Yeah, it's, fascinating to think about how the gods tried to hold him back with Sleipnir, this almost magical chain. But no matter how hard they tried, chaos was always, destined to erupt.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, you gotta admire the depth here. Fenrir isn't just a mindless beast, but, in a way, the inevitable force of destruction. But, don't you think his role is almost too predetermined? It feels like fatalism running amok.
That's a solid point. Almost as if the myth embraces the idea that chaos is a part of nature's cycle, yeah? Fenrir represents that natural, unavoidable collapse, and even the gods had to accept that.
Now, pivoting to another creature from Loki's brood, let's talk about Jörmungandr, the Midgard serpent. I always find its imagery striking, like an endless, looping fury coiled around the world.
Definitely. Jörmungandr, tossed into the sea as a babe, grows so immense that it, encircles Midgard, nibbling on its own tail like a cosmic Ouroboros.
Yeah.
And then there's the legendary fishing tale with Thor, one of those epic duels where, despite its defeat by Thor, the serpent's venom ensures that fate always hangs in the balance.
Right. That duel is both tragic and illuminating. It's like the cycle of creation and destruction is built right into its scales. That is this study in inevitability, don't you think?
Absolutely. And it's so like the myth layers this creature as both a symbol of chaos and a reminder of life's cyclical nature. Every end feeding into a new beginning.
Yeah, exactly. Moving over to a bit of a lighter note in the Norse bestiary. How about Sleipnir? Odin's 8-legged steed. It's got to be one of the coolest, right?
Oh, totally. Sleipnir is, the epitome of supernatural speed and elegance, born from Loki's trickery, like, the harebrained idea of transforming into a mare, and the stallion Svadilfari. He emerged as the fastest and most powerful horse in all realms.
That's spot on. Exactly. bridging worlds from hell to Asgard with that 8-legged dash. Plus, let's be real, isn't it a bit hilarious that Thor sometimes teases Odin about having such a, unusual mount?
It's endearing in a weird way. Sleipnir isn't just about speed. He symbolizes the shamanic journey, a connection between the mundane and the divine, a messenger riding the winds of destiny.
Right, it's like a supercharged bridge. And while these creatures are super compelling, the Norse mythos, doesn't stop there. There's a whole roster of other beings that add spice to the narrative.
Absolutely. Take, for instance, Huginn and Muninn, Odin's ravens. They flit across realms, carrying whispers of thought and memory, acting as his eyes and ears. It's like, early surveillance in the mythic world.
Yeah, that's a neat way to put it. And then there's Níðhöggr, that ancient dragon gnawing at the roots of Yggdrasil, spreading decay. A stark reminder of the constant erosion and renewal in the cosmos, right?
Exactly. Níðhöggr, with his relentless hunger, is a perfect counterbalance to the festivity and honor of the warrior gods. And, not to forget Ratatoskr, the mischievous squirrel sprinting up and down Yggdrasil, carrying, insults among the realms.
Definitely adds a quirky twist, for sure. And even Valkyries make an appearance. Those chooser of the slain, blending a touch of supernatural elegance with a duty that's as debilitating as it is noble.
Right, and then there's Garmr, the ferocious hound guarding Hell's gates, plus trolls and giants that pepper the tales, representing nature's raw and untamed power.
Yeah, it's like every creature here has a role that's bigger than life. What's fascinating is how all these beings serve as metaphors for forces larger than any one god. A mix of chaos, cyclic destruction, and even wisdom. It really makes you think about the nature of fate and power in the cosmos.
Yeah, it's like every beast you talk about is a chapter in the grand saga of life and death, destiny and rebirth. Even Thor and Odin humorously banter about which beast might be more terrifying or, oddly useful in a brawl.
Right, that rivalry is such fun. I remember Odin once remarking that sometimes the beasts remind him that even gods must, bend to the whims of nature. And Thor, with his brash energy, counters with jests as if daring fate to come knocking. It's almost poetic, isn't it?
It is. And what's truly brilliant about these myths is how they blend the supernatural with the natural world. Chaos, order, and even decay. All these forces are personified by these creatures.
Yeah, it's pretty deep. But don't you think sometimes, this is a bit too, poetic? I mean, can we really, compare a monstrous wolf or a giant serpent to natural cycles in a way that feels, accessible to modern audiences?
That's a fair critique. It might seem, overly allegorical, but I think that's the charm. It invites us to, find our own reflections in these beasts, to see chaos in our challenges, or to appreciate the balance between destruction and creation.
Yeah, exactly. I get that. It's like nature itself wears a mask of myth. And in our modern hustle, remembering that balance might just be, the key to understanding our own inner battles.
For sure. And each time Odin or Thor recounts these legends, it's, a reminder that myth and reality are intertwined. They encourage us in a pretty dramatic way to respect the untamed forces around us.
Absolutely. As we wrap up, it's clear these creatures are more than just fantasy. They're allegories for the endless dance between chaos and order. And that, to me, is both humbling and empowering.
Right on. Whether you're captivated by the destructive might of Fenrir, the cyclical nature of Jörmungandr, or the mystic strides of Sleipnir, every beast in Norse lore invites us to, explore our own narratives of fate and resistance.
Exactly. Well said. And a little nod to the wisdom of Huginn and Muninn helps us remember that knowledge, the whispered thoughts on the wind, is just as potent as brute strength.
Indeed, it's a tapestry of ideas and emotion woven into every myth. And, that's why these ancient stories still resonate with us today.
Absolutely. Now, to all the listeners out there, keep that adventurous spirit alive. Embrace the wild, the chaotic, and the beautiful in both myth and life itself.
That's the call to action. Like, subscribe, and join us next time on another saga from the Valhalla Experience, where myth meets modern day in the most epic ways.
Right. Thanks for riding this mythic journey with us.
Ha! Another tale well told, and you survived to the end. Well done, warrior. Thor, thank you for joining us here in the Valhalla Experience. If you enjoyed this battle of words and wisdom, strike that like button with the force of Mjolnir, subscribe, so you're always ready for the next saga, and leave a comment below. Tell us which god, hero, or myth you'd like us to conquer next. Until we meet again, may your mead be strong, your enemies few, and your days filled with thunder.